All right, it is Mr. E with the daily lunacy report, live from the River House, recorded to you. Um, we just came out of a full moon, and yesterday's idea was I am determined to replace all grievances with truth or with love or whatever it is. It's like we have all this anguish with the world, right? Well, the anguish with the world is giving us anguish because as we give the world, so we receive. So that's what the full moon is telling us, to sit back with our thoughts. Now we move into the next phase, which is the letting go phase. So all these thoughts we had, now we have an opportunity to let go of, yeah, especially if we notice they're not real. I think the whole point is to realize that the thoughts we're having aren't our thoughts. You know, they're all God's thoughts. We're thinking with God's mind. And if they aren't bringing us peace, then they really aren't God's thoughts, and we can let those go. So as soon as we recognize a thought that's not ours, it's not God's, it's like, oh, that thing is bringing me misery. Now the moon is set up perfectly right now to help us let go, right? The moon, here's the earth. The moon is down here for the new moon. Down here for the new moon. It goes around like this. It gets way out to the first quarter, pulls our resistance, comes around to the fullness, and it brings an illumination of truth to us. And then when it's moving over here, it's like bodies of water moving across. We have an opportunity to let go. The energetics of the moon are already helping us move. It's already set up. It's already perfect, people. All we have to do is align with the natural cycles of life. So today's idea, this next phase, the ready to let go phase, it's about an initiation, because when we let go, we initiate new action. We're making room for something new. Our action is to be really simple, because the ego likes to complicate and our heart keeps things simple. Love is simple, the ego is complicated. Love is simple, suffering is complicated. It's a complicated mind trip, right? And we're all in the same soup. We're all in the same soup, right? So we've got to help one another get through this and see that there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So our guideline for the phase of letting go is simplicity frees energy. Simplify everything so purity can work with purity. And today's idea, day number 17, is let me remember what I feel, I heal. Da, 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 da. So maybe you're feeling cranky, maybe you're feeling angry, maybe you're feeling something like that. And then the ego would try to convince you that it's not safe to go feel those things because the ego doesn't want you to heal them. And we believe that because, we've been taught that fear is the way. So I'm going to read some tarot today, 3 cards, just see if there's a little message that wants to go on that. But this is really it. Let me remember what I feel, I heal. Okay, that's simple. What I feel, I heal. So if the mind is in a story, it means there's something that you need to feel. And the roots of this thought are based in unresolved, some kind of disturbance, and all you've got to do is acknowledge it and feel it, and then you heal it. It's really simple. It's really simple, and that's what this phase of the moon is asking us to be like. All right, it's a message of love. Love, 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 love. The Page of Cups is always about communication perhaps, or a message or an offer. Something is coming into your life right now to really demonstrate that you have been on a journey to feel good, and you've been on a journey for emotional fulfillment, and actually you're getting really, really close to it right now. In this part of the moon time, it's like, be a puppy with these thoughts. Be a puppy with your playfulness. Be your puppy with your life. Be a puppy in the way that you see things. Think about that. Just be with that little puppy right there. Page of Cups is a messenger of love. Oh my God, ooey gooey, that love. That's how we're being asked to treat ourselves. That's how we let go. We hold on by believing these stories and staying in the anguish of our past, which, by the way, doesn't exist. And if you want to get some clarification on that, I'll help you see it. Wow. All right, here it is. The 10 of daggers, right? We have all been in situations where people and situations and life has thrown us a lot of daggers, right? And sometimes we can get lost in those daggers. They come at us, and the illusion is the daggers are coming from the outside and coming into us. And then the truth is, and that's what we find out when the 10 of daggers comes up, because we're coming to the end of a suffering, really coming to an end of a misperception about life, coming to an end about a misperception about ourselves, because these daggers exist in the egoic structures of the mind, and they're only there so that we believe that we can be hurt. And so what this card is asking for us now is, no, if you really want to let go of these thoughts, then love yourself. love yourself like a puppy. Love yourself like a puppy. Not kidding. I mean, no kidding. Dogs have it right in a lot of ways. Wag your tail. Wag your freaking tail. Take your mind out of it. Let the suffering be over. Put the daggers down and wake up to something new. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's wake up to something new. Because let me remember what I feel, I heal. We all, gosh, how many of us, just right now, if like we're really honest, go, close my eyes. Is there anybody back in the crevices of my mind that I'm not happy with in the way they treated me or what they said? So we got to pull these daggers out. We got to let them go because they're not real. That we manufactured them. So we get upset for what other people did, but what we did was we put those people in those situations in our path. We did it. We placed it there from our own mind. It was in our mind all along. And so to have a reaction of anger about it is only to extend the suffering and be stuck at the 10 of daggers rather than move beyond the 10 of daggers, which is to say, I got no more use for this because it's not even real. I created it. I wish not to create it anymore. I have no more use for this. Right? I have no more use for this. I have no more use for this. God, take it away. Holy Spirit, take it away. I'm not interested. I am way more interested in being a puppy. And just like that, the Queen of Wands comes up to say, look, you can be powerfully in your passion, powerfully in yourself, and you can sit there and you can really be a beautiful, beautiful person. What the Queen of Wands is telling us is success is compassion. Okay, it has nothing to do with how much money you make, has nothing to do with your place in society, has nothing to do with anything. No, that's all fabricated, made up by the ego to keep you busy and complicated. And what she's saying is, no, life's really simple. Follow your passion. You will find fulfillment if you do that. Don't make a big mess of it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Success is compassion. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Empress energy pops in. Look at that beautiful expression of light. There's the Empress and the Emperor are, sitting on their throne in their power. That's what we want to do. We can't be in our power when we feel like we've been stabbed by a lot of things outside of us. It takes us out of our power completely. No, we put the daggers there. We got to get honest about that. And we can choose to see ourselves as love. We can choose to accept all the love that all the world wants to give. It's everywhere once we open up to it. And you can see by the smile on her face that the journey is worth it. It's worth it, folks. It's worth it. I don't care what your ego is telling you. It is worth it to put that thing aside and say, I got no more use for you. And I'm going to step into my passion. I'm going to open up to love. And I'm going to let go of the idea that anybody can hurt me or ever has hurt me. I'm going to let these daggers lay and I'm going to move into a new place of clarity, because that's what happens after the 10 of daggers is the clarity comes in, and all of a sudden you're in the royal part of the dagger suit, and that's all about clarity and getting your thoughts all lined up in the same direction. So the 10 of swords is really a good sign because it says we have an opportunity in this letting go phase to still, our card has not turned over. You have an opportunity right now to take those swords out and let them go because they're not real. Oh, they're not real. I made this up. This is a dream. I made this up. I made up my suffering too. I got no more use for that. There it is. Bang. 2 cards popped out, plus the one on the ground. They're all the same card in kind of a weird kind of way. We came to do it together. We cannot escape the prisons of our mind by ourselves. We've got to fire ourselves as our own teacher and say, no, I've been doing it my way all of life and I'm still not happy, or whatever the situation is. What I truly want is to gain some help. We came to do it together. So in this moment, this is saying that we came to do it together is don't get lost in your mind by yourself. If you need help, ask for it. We came to do it together. Now, this is kind of a backwards, political statement saying, no, let's stop dividing ourselves into red and blue. Let's start bringing things together and see the commonality that we all are love together, together, together. There's absolutely no shame, okay? There's no shame right here. None. Life has taken all of us on a journey and has put us into impossible situations because this is a school of love, and those impossible situations give us the opportunity to choose to see things differently and step into the only solution, which is love. And we came to do it together. If we try to do it by ourselves, if we try to do anything by ourselves, even if we divide up against other people, that's by ourselves because we're looking at things as opposite. No, we came together to get in the middle and to own ourselves, own our vulnerabilities, own our insecurities, own these aspects of us, right? We're running out of time. Trust, make America relate again. So it's not really about it. It's another kind of backwards political statement. Everybody's been looking at one side one way. We're trying to reframe all of consciousness to say, no, let's look at it differently. Trust. It ain't what we used to think. We got a new opportunity right now to all trust. We all trust. We came to do it together. And the last card, I'm simply going to read it, and then I'm going to let you go to have a fabulous day. Our intent is, with our exemplary compassion, that hoarding and empty estates simply go out of fashion, and what is now in vogue as the collective fixation becomes favorable to a more compassionate inclination. Okay? So, let go of all the ideas that you can be hurt. We came to do it together. There it is. We came to do it together. And dogs have it right in a lot of ways. Wag your tail. Have a great day. You're a fabulous human being. And if we can be of any assistance,